Hello. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Before I get started, I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. How many of you care about clean air in Los Angeles? How many of you think that's important? How many of you think that clean water and a clean ocean is important? All right, I'm in the right place. Pretty much everyone. This is interesting. So, my name's Harrison Wills, and I'm the Associated Students President at Santa Monica College. And part of the reasons why I ran is to understand the policies that affect us here locally. How many of you are concerned about the transportation or the air pollution or the congestion or traffic problems in Los Angeles? Okay, pretty much everyone, right? So part of looking at the policies and the money we allocate when we widen freeways, we're essentially supporting more. We're essentially subsidizing indirectly the fossil fuel economy. We're creating infrastructure dependent on automobiles. We see that everywhere. So by studying public policies, we can all get involved and voice our concerns, and it should be governed by us. I mean, right now the Occupy movement is really growing stronger and stronger because the people feel they're not being represented. So this is a historic moment where people are standing up and saying, we want to build something that's better for people, that serves people, and that protects the ecological sustainability of our communities. So this law that we're working on, the Sustainability Bill of Rights, is really important. Santa Monica, as a city, has done a lot. It's been a leader. But so long as there's better, good is not enough. So we have a long way to go. And this is what I really like to see is everyone gathering here today from the community, from the college, looking and asking those questions. What else could we do as a city? What is a small 20-foot garden enough? Could we do more? Yes, we can do more. And so I think we have to recognize that if we're not informed as citizens and as human beings, if we're not informed about a problem, the chances are we're not going to try to solve it or address it, which brings me to the point that education is so important. Here at Santa Monica College, I was able to take classes with Amber Catherine and Professor Selby that really opened my eyes in a way that inspired me to further my education. And the more that we further our education, the more our influence in our society will be. So it really gives us a chance to speak out. It amplifies our voice. And so what I've learned by being in student government is I've learned the advocating process and lobbying. But lobbying doesn't have to be for the corporate interest. You can lobby for the people's interest. You can lobby the city council in Santa Monica. You can lobby your governor and your state legislators. And more than that, the decisions we make on a day-to-day basis, the companies we support, if we choose to ride our bike or take the bus, or do we drive, do we shop at the farmer's market? And really, to me, what this is about preserving the good life. I mean, first, I guess you have to define the good life. To me, the good life is a beautiful, pristine, preserved ocean, clean air, healthy local food, organic food, being able to ride my bike safely to and from school and work. I mean, these are things that really improve the quality of life. And the more you talk to people about it, when you get away from the politics of it all, I haven't heard one person who says, I'm opposed to clean air. I'm opposed to clean water. I haven't met one person. So it's interesting that even though we believe in this and we care about this, we still have the most polluted air in the entire country here in Los Angeles. But yet every person I speak to, and that's indicative of the fact that the laws are not representing the rights of nature, right? So as the laws aren't doing that, as the laws are constructed socially, we can reconstruct them. Same thing with our values, whether we value Black Friday and consumerism and materialism and whatever, or whether we want to move towards balance, ecological sustainability, community well-being, respect for nature, respect for each other, human dignity. So it's like as these norms exist, we can recreate them, and we should. And we all need to be a part of the process. It's not about one person stepping forward and taking lead. We need to all recognize that we're all leaders in this. Doesn't matter where you're from or how you got here, but we all have a role to play. One person cannot do it enough. It does take a village. And I've learned that by being in student government. It is impossible for one person to do that much. It takes an entire village, which is why it's hopeful to see barely any empty seats here. Because we need to take away that we all have important roles to play, whether it's in your family, in your community, in school, or the jobs or careers that you take. And I think we need to ask ourselves, as a young generation, what do we define success as? Is success status and power and wealth and position and title? Or is success leaving a life, leaving a planet that's better for your children or your further generations? Or is success living with principles, believing in the way you live? We need to redefine what success is. Unless you believe that the current system is working fine. But if you can see that there's a problem, then we need to be creative and think, well, what is success? Maybe that's not what I thought it was. Maybe I don't need a fast car and a bigger house to be happy. Maybe I need to go outside and connect with my neighbors. Maybe I need to have a garden. Maybe I need to go out and enjoy nature, not destroy nature. So it's like we need to really think about what it means. And it's really important that we ask those questions. And it happens, it's all around us. You know, you shouldn't have to have an inhaler. What does it cost when the air is so bad and you need an asthma inhaler? That's not natural. The air quality in Los Angeles would not be this way if all the cars were off the road. But we can do something about it. It's not hopeless. That's the good thing. The good thing is that we can change it. It's not to sit here and say everything's falling apart, it's hopeless. It's no. Actually, as we created this, we can recreate something more sustainable, right? We can allocate money. Some people say the money's not there. Well, I disagree. The money is there. We allocate it in the wrong way. We allocate it to building jails, widening freeways, supporting wars. We need to allocate money in a way that's equitable, whether it's public transportation or public education. So it's really about a reallocation of funds. And it's about a reimagination and re-envisioning the way that we live. Recycling is great, but that's not enough. We need to go beyond this, oh, just recycle and just do what you can. I really want to say, so long as there's better, good is not enough. And then some people tell me, you should just settle down, it's fine. And I'm like, maybe other people should step up. Maybe other people should ramp up, right? And I think that at the end of the day, it makes me really happy. You go to bed at night and you feel like, you know what, I help work on a garden on campus. You go to bed and you feel good, and that's what it's about, trying to make a difference. So I just want to encourage everyone to think critically about the media you listen to, think about who's funding the media you listen, what kind of message are they trying to convey, and it's really important that we think critically. And I think I've really learned, professors here on campus have really been instrumental in encouraging me to go further with that. And really question things, not just from an antagonistic standpoint, but from a standpoint of I just want to know the truth. If the mainstream media is funded by corporations like General Electric or BP, of course they're not going to show the truth of the oil spill. So it's like we really need to ask those questions. And economically, it's beneficial to protect the environment. It's beneficial when you don't have to buy a water filter. You don't need an asthma inhaler. We don't need to spend money to clean up the ocean because it's clean, because we protected it. How much tax money do we want to spend? How much public money do we want to spend on cleanups? Rather, we should think, let's spend on doing the right thing initially. And that means taking a precautionary principle. The precautionary principle means until you can prove something safe through longitudinal studies, we should not do it, whether it's genetically modified foods or irradiating foods or whatever. It's ridiculous. Until you can prove something safe, it's not right that human beings are guinea pigs. And so the precautionary principle is fundamental. The fact that corporations right now are seen as people, we have to change that. That is not right. That's also another key solution. And I think the Occupy movement is really working to address that. So I look forward to hearing questions and collaborating with this. Like I said, this is not a one person speaking to you. This is a community effort, and we need all of you to participate, and it's a really fun process to work towards solution. That's what gives me hope. It's something that you work towards something you believe in. So thank you so much.